Marvel showed off another full trailer for Avengers Endgame. Here are all the details you may have missed. The trailer starts similar to the first trailer, with Tony Stark in space sending a message to Pepper Potts, the love of his life who didn't want him to go to space in Infinity War. We get a bit more of the message he leaves for Pepper, where he reminisces about the past and how he became Iron Man by fighting his way out of that cave back in 2008's Iron Man. He's on the Benatar, the ship that belonged to the Guardians of the Galaxy, which he probably used to escape Thanos' home world of Titan. It's important that Tony is reminiscing, because in the first half of this new trailer we see a lot of flashbacks from the movies that led up to Endgame. Next, we see scenes from Captain America, the First Avenger, where Steve Rodgers is a little man before he becomes Captain America. That's where we get what might be the biggest clue from the trailer.
The world has changed. None of us can go back.
That's the voice of Peggy Carter, Cap's love interest from the First Avenger, who passed away in Civil War. The quote is actually from Winter Soldier, when Cap visits an old Peggy in the hospital. The quote continues,
And sometimes the best that we can do is to start over.
As soon as this quote ends, we see Cap helping to carry Peggy's casket at her funeral, which occurred in Civil War. Is the start over part a tease to the rumors of time travel, with Cap staying behind in 1945 to grow old with Peggy? Or is it misdirection, the same way the Russo brothers showed the Hulk fighting in Wakanda in the Infinity War trailer, just to hide the fact that it was really Bruce Banner in a Hulkbuster suit? We also get a shot of Hawkeye showing his daughter how to shoot a bow. In the comics, Hawkeye becomes a mentor to Kate Bishop, who also takes up the Hawkeye moniker. Is Marvel setting Hawkeye's daughter up to be the Kate Bishop of the MCU? We also get a bit more of the scene where Black Widow appears to go find Hawkeye, now holding a sword, and looking like his Ronin alter ego from the comics. It seems certain now that Hawkeye will return with Black Widow. In the first trailer, when we saw Hawkeye, we heard Captain America say, "We lost friends, we lost family," which may suggest that Hawkeye's family was lost in the Thanos snap. Seeing his daughter in this trailer makes that seem even more likely. Next, we hear Thor say,
I saw all these people die.
Thor's vision of destruction from Age of Ultron has come true. Another important note worth mentioning is Black Widow's hair. It's gotten a lot longer, and is red again, as opposed to when it was blonde in Infinity War, which means at least a few months have passed since everyone disappeared. Next, we see Scott Lang, aka Ant-Man, who looks overwhelmed by all the posters of people missing. He was in the quantum realm when the snap happened, so he might still be trying to figure out what happened. Is this when he decides to make the trip to the Avengers compound we saw in the first teaser?
This is Scott Lang! We met a few years ago?
Then we get an important exchange. Black Widow tells Captain America,
Even if there's a small chance, we owe this to everyone who's not in this room to try.
Then Cap says,
We will.
followed by Hawkeye, Black Widow, and eventually Iron Man repeating him saying, whatever it takes. Could this really mean they're attempting something as risky as time travel, even with a small chance of success? Sounds like the Avengers finally have something to avenge. We see an aircraft approaching the river. It's hard to tell if it's a Quinjet, which the Avengers use to travel, or the Benatar. Could it be Tony Stark and Nebula making their way back to Earth? Towards the end of the trailer, we see a bunch of the Avengers walking in new spacesuits. We see Captain America, Ant-Man, Nebula, Hawkeye, War Machine, Iron Man, and Black Widow. So it seems certain that Nebula and Iron Man will meet up with the team. We get this awesome shot where the weapon-loving Rocket Raccoon is really enjoying riding into battle on War Machine. We don't know what Hawkeye's haircut means. Maybe he wanted to be more like Carol Danvers. Finally, yes, Captain Marvel has made it back to Earth. Looks like she'll fit right in on the team.
I like this one.
When the camera pulls back, we see Black Widow with the short blonde hair she had in Infinity War. But, given the long red hair she has throughout other parts of the trailer, does this take place months earlier than the rest of the trailer? Do Thor and Captain Marvel have their own mission separate from the rest of the team? They aren't shown in the spacesuit walk, so it is possible. We'll find out how it goes at the end of April when Endgame hits theaters. What did you think of the trailer? Did we miss anything? Let us know in the comments.